My biggest downfall in my whole career is not being able to play the game.
But we have this conversation a lot, though. Should you be made to have to play this game?
I think in the society and the football industry, if you don't play the game, you don't get anywhere.
Correct.
Correct.
No matter what talent you've got, or whether you're better than him or you've scored more goals than him, if you're not playing the
But
game,
then can I ask you?
it's so difficult.
But can I ask you? Does the game only apply for certain people?
I don't know. I guess there's certain people that probably get away with it.
I also think it comes down to, I think people have this judgment of you very early.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, okay, you're from London, so there's this stigma straight away of this London attitude. And don't get me wrong, like, everyone judges everyone. I say it all the time. Like, no matter where you're from, like, you're gonna judge someone. And with the game, I feel like they've grown up having to do it.
Yeah.
And we don't learn it. We don't learn it till we're in it. You know what I mean? And by then it's too late.
It's too late. It is too late. Because as I said to you, I always come across as you're so laid back. And it's almost like you don't care.
Yeah.
When if you
exactly. So, for example, the laid back thing, it's a South London thing. It's the way we are. Like, we've all probably heard how laid back we are, etc. And it can even come down to the simplest things of running. That brother that's not from here could look like he's run all day, all night. He's great, he's looking red in the face. He looks like he's gonna die. He looks like he's doing great. He's doing an extra sprint for no reason. And we're running, and we're running the same distance, but we ain't got the same expression as these man. So it don't look like it hurts us as much doing the running, but they're thinking, okay, he's not putting it in.
Yeah, 100%.
And especially in our time where we never had the GPSs and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Where it probably looked mad. Like, imagine like us not running and we're just cruising and them man are dying. They're like, oh, you're not putting it in.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
It's always been said that we have to be 3 times better than the other person. You know what I'm talking about in that sort of circumstance.
Yeah, which is quite sad though. You don't think?
It's always been sad, but you know, when you understand it, you're like, you know,
it's
the game of life. It's not a game of like football. It's the game of life we're playing. It applies to. Let me just be honest.
That's something that people don't really understand. The amount of politics that you have to go through on a day-to-day in the football industry is nothing like what you'd experience in any other job. Like, it's actually crazy.
Bro, you not say a morning to someone.
Yeah.
Not out of just the fact that, you know, you didn't meet, you just, sorry, I didn't say morning. I forgot to say morning. So you can change the whole perspective on everything.
100%.
You're rude. Like
100%.
And there's certain things like that. You get what I mean? Like, even coming down to the way you treat the kit man, and look, we're all people that treat everyone correctly, but you know, the one day you're having a bad day, your bad day can be seen by everyone, and then it's judged forever.
100%. 100%.
And that's the problem with football when it comes down to that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So as I was saying, that's probably been my biggest downfall, not being able to play the game. Like, I speak to Reice about this a lot. Like, we watch managers' interviews after the game, not necessarily at the highest level, but when you've worked with that person and you know how fake they're being, it's like, have you got 2 personalities? Because when you go home, are you just able to switch this off? Because to me, that's more scary than the man that's just being straight up with you, if that makes sense.
Correct.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah.
So when with that sort of stuff, we'll get back to the career, but have you adapted further in your career? Like, now, would you say you're better at playing it, or is it still a case of like you have the problems with playing the game of the football game?
I think one of the biggest reasons for me coming out here is being with a manager where I don't feel like I need to play the game, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I've known him for years. So even the last club I was at, it's like I was playing a game. And I struggled to play the game.
I just remember I put some chicken out.
Man's always got chicken in his oven. Yeah, so I feel like I'm not having to pretend to be someone that I'm not, if that makes sense.
And obviously, being with a manager that you've known for years has obviously helped that, which goes to the point of which always is said in football: if you find someone that likes you, stick with them.
Have to.
But
Yeah.
because when you don't, and you're jumping around, obviously sometimes you got to, because the money's right there, and you know things are correct in other places. But the being with a manager that likes you, in the grand scheme of things, can really, really change, can really make or break your career.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that with this gaffer specifically has done that for you?
He doesn't treat me any different to anyone else, but I know he only wants the best for me, if that makes sense. He's probably harder on me than he is the rest of the boys. I don't know if Reice can vouch. Well, Reice has seen it already anyway.
I wouldn't say he's harder than you, but I'd say he can treat you a way that he knows he can't treat. Because let's be honest, Americans and British people are completely different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Hayden tried to act up one time in training, and the gaffer actually stuck it all over him. And I heard a man say sorry. I apologize quickly. Even, you know, like someone is like, you don't even question, like you go back and forth, like Hayden's like, you know what?
Yeah.
So you just let him win. He's a honest and very true man, which I finally needed. I ain't had that in years. Like, I can't lie, I call him the blessing, because boy, I needed it. So yeah.
So
no, I
just back in the day, I would have had something to say back at that point when he's saying something to me. Do you know what I mean? As get defensive. But I'm just at a point now where, you know, yeah, Gaff, I hear you. Let me try to do better next time. You know what I mean?